Right, guys, for this one, we're going to go back to actual cricket. And going back in years to um, 2008, 2009, Carnforth had overseas players. And in 2008, we had Ryan Bailey, a South African prolific batsman, a little bit temperamental. And he seemed to want to turn the runs off like a tap every now and again when he didn't get what he wanted. So we had a big discussion at the end of the 2008 season about professional for 2009. And we decided, um, because of work permits and because of having to pay for flights and because of having to provide accommodation, let's go down the English route. So we drew up a list of 5 names. And those names were, and these guys aren't going to mind, they know they're in the frame. These guys were Paul Duffert, who was a pro at Cleater. He's an Australian chap, resident in the UK, good player. They're all rounders, these people. And then there was Michael Stevens, who was who played at Lancaster. He's a bit more of a batsman. Then there was Stephen Twist, who was a medium pace left arm all rounder, who played at St Anne's, played for a lot of years in the Northern League, a really good player. And then there was a chap called Steve Oddy, who's from Rochdale originally, plays in the Manchester League, Flowery Field, Denton West, that kind of teams. Played some Lancashire seconds. He's more of a bowler, quick bowler. I mean, we're talking 13 years ago now, so he's obviously knocked on a bit. He played for Lancashire seconds, got a yard, nice lad, hard player. And so we looked at all those. But top of our list came Gareth Pedder, who was playing at Morecambe. And he was an amateur of long standing, good player, good all-rounder, again, predominantly a bowler, but could give it a smash. And so we decided on him. And so I contacted Gareth, and obviously it was a little bit odd because he's Morecambe through and through, and he had mixed feelings about coming to, going to another club and being a professional. But ultimately, I had a couple of meetings with him at the pub, and as you do, it was either the pub or the chippy, and he fancied the pub, so we'll go to the pub, and thrashed out terms and things. And I don't know whether he got some discomfort from other people. We certainly did as a club at Carnforth, because people were decrying us for going for the cheap option and using an English player as opposed to an overseas, and it'll never work and all that sort of stuff. So I'd just quite like to run through things. Gareth was brilliant. He's really good bowler, good batsman, excellent fielder, and really good with the juniors. He took the junior sides, he coached the juniors, he helped them, they looked up to him. His family came to the club very, very often, and they embedded themselves into the fabric of the club. I think it was a really positive experience. We really enjoyed it. So over the 3 seasons, now you'd have to draw your own thoughts about what you'd expect from a professional, but the embedding the family into the club, doing the coaching, and being involved around the club and being popular with the other players and really focusing on the benefits of the club for the greater good has got a massive part to play. So he stayed for 3 seasons, which was that's really good. It was really positive. Now in the first season, he got, batting wise, he got 450 runs and 45 wickets. 450 runs at 20, 45 wickets at 18. This is across all formats. Second season, 684 runs at 27 and 55 wickets at 21. That was his best season. Third year, 438 runs at 20, 49 wickets at 17. So over 3 seasons, he played 85 games. And when you consider he got a full-time job as well, and he's doing the coaching, and he's played 85 games, some T20, some Cup, mainly League. Over 3 seasons, 1,572 runs at 23 and 149 wickets at 19 in the Northern League, a Premier League, as a local professional. I think those are outstanding figures. On top of that as well, like I said about his family integrating into the club, and he's a thoroughly nice guy as well. You couldn't meet a nicer cricketer in the game. So we found that was amazing. I think it started to take its toll on his body a little bit because he's an opening bowler, and so he couldn't commit after those 3 seasons, and we went to a different professional for the following season. But I think the Gareth Pedder experiment at Carnforth, experiment's a poor word, but the Gareth Pedder initiative at Carnforth proved to a lot of clubs who previously hadn't thought of it or considered it, that you can have an English-based professional and they can be successful, because it's not just about figures, it's about integration into the club, etc., etc. And over the following seasons, many other clubs followed this lead with engaging UK-based homegrown professionals with, in the main, great success. The only one problem we did have was one season he was away and missing a couple of games. I think he was getting married, and we had to get someone of equivalent standing. Now, trying to find an available English qualified professional who was not played at a higher level, so no one could have played first class cricket, we ended up getting a 60-odd-year-old chap called Mel Whittle, who's a league legend. And he rocked up. He played a game at Netherfield, and that was a bit of a damp squid. And then he rocked up at Carnforth for the second of his 2 appointments in the home game against Chorley, and bowled unchanged from one end at Carnforth. 23 overs, 5 for 68. I mean, ultimately, Carnforth didn't win the game, but he must have been about 63 or 64 years of age, and he just trundled in and stuck it on a length and picked up 5 for 68 and bowled all the way through from one end. Again, a league pro of many years standing, well into his 60s, still able to do it. My experience of English-based professional players has been nothing but positive, and I welcome it for many, many years to come, and would definitely recommend all clubs go down that route. Thanks for listening, guys.